Today I'm going to be replacing rear struts on a 1996 Dodge Neon.
First, remove the tire. Next, you want to remove the bolt that holds the brake hose bracket to the strut. So you probably want to go ahead and spray it because this one's a little tough to get off. Next, you want to remove the two bolts you see here. Next, remove the carpet to expose the strut tower. Next, completely remove the nuts from the strut tower. Make sure you have a good grip of the strut and then hammer it off. Here I have both the old and new strut assemblies. The plastic bag in the middle, which came with the new assembly, has the new nuts for the top of the strut tower. If you're doing this yourself, I suggest using a car jack to lift and hold the strut in place. It makes it a lot easier to align the studs with the holes. If you can at least get two of the studs in, that should be good at this point. Getting all four at once is tricky. Thread on a few of the nuts far enough to help support the weight of the assembly. Then you can take the assembly off the jack and maneuver it to get the remaining studs through.
Now you want to put on the remaining nuts and then just tighten them down lightly with your fingers.
The next step is try to get the strut onto the hub. Usually you can try to push down on the control arms to get the hub further down, or you can use the jack to compress the strut. But sometimes you might run into a problem where the bottom of the strut is getting caught up on the hub. What I did to fix it is I went ahead and grabbed some spring compressors, put on the strut, and then compress the spring down, maybe just like an inch or an inch and a half, which was more than enough. Next, you want to try to do is align the strut as best you can on the hub. It's pretty much a tight fit, so you might either have to take a hammer and bang on it a bit. You can either hit on the control arms or you can hit on the top of the hub. But just be careful, don't hit the brake line. The idea is you're going to keep hitting this thing until you get the holes to line up. Also, if you're going to be hitting the strut, I would suggest using a rubber mallet. If you went ahead and used spring compressors, go ahead and remove those now. Next, reattach the brake hose bracket. Then fully torque down the nuts at the top of the strut tower. Finally, then you want to replace the tire. At the end of this, likely your rear camber will be off.